When the conversation of the Tron soundtrack comes up, most people think of the amazing work done by Daft Punk for the sequel, Tron Legacy. For that particular album, the band combined their traditional dance and club-oriented material with sweeping orchestral pieces and created one of the most fantastic film scores of that decade. The soundtrack for the original film, however, should be examined as well. While it doesn't have the attention of the sequel, it should be given a closer look. The soundtrack for the film would be composed by Wendy Carlos, who was famous for her electronic compositions including the scores for A Clockwork Orange and The Shining, plus the amazing album Switched on Bach. Her original idea was to have the music completely electronic to reflect the themes of the film. For this, she used a Moog synthesizer and a GDS digital synthesizer. However, her decision would be overridden by Disney Studios, who decided to add music from the London Philharmonic playing her score. Apparently, this was done as the company felt she wouldn't be able to complete the digital material on time. Carlos disagreed with this decision and felt that the orchestra could not keep the same tempo as her intended score for the synthesizers. Another decision made by the company was to cut her score for the end credits short to feature a song from the band that they had hired to provide additional music for the film, Journey. The complete end credits music, however, would be included in the soundtrack release. Journey wasn't the initial choice for the film. Originally, Supertramp was signed on but later dropped out. Two of Journey's tracks were featured in the film, the first being 1990's theme, which can be heard in the arcade scene, and the second, for the credits, was Only Solutions. Both would be included on the soundtrack release. Two small pieces of music would be left off both the vinyl and digital release, the first being music used in the laser bay, and the other being a cue for the I.O. tower. Speaking of the digital release, it almost didn't happen due to the poor quality of the master tapes. When the time came to digitize the music, Carlos discovered that the tapes were in such bad condition that if they were played, they would most likely not survive and even damage the system playing them. This was remedied by baking the tapes. This is where you superheat the tape, allowing the glue to reliquefy and then dried to reharden. As far as the music itself goes, it's essentially variations on a theme, and that's not a bad thing, as Carlos takes many different perspectives on it. The Journey tracks are great hidden gems as well. It's worlds away from the Daft Punk material, though. I do recommend listening to both soundtracks back to back to get an idea of just how far technology has come with music. It's a great contrast. The content on this channel is made possible from viewers like you. Help the channel grow by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.